So welcome guys to this another edition of Chair Yoga Awesomeness. And if we can begin today sitting on our seats. So just getting yourself in a comfy position. Excuse me, a little frog in the throat there. And if you need a block under your feet, you guys know the score. If you need a block under your feet, you can have a block under your feet just for comfort here. And we are going to focus a lot on the hips today, but we're going to just start with a little bit of mobilizing of the shoulders. So rolling the shoulders. Because it's nice when you come to sit upright to get those shoulders moving first, helps us to feel taller. And we'll roll in the opposite direction as well. If you ever feel like you need to roll a little bit more, you can just give yourself an extra few rolls in each direction. Very good. And then we'll just rest our hands here on our thighs, just at the top of the thighs if possible, and sit tall. So feel yourself growing tall as you can, lifting the crown of the head towards the ceiling, maybe drawing the shoulder blades slightly together, dropping them down the back, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable. Tuning into your body, how does it feel at this moment? What are the areas that could really do with a little bit of extra attention, a little bit of extra nurturing? Notice any of your, excuse me, any areas of the body that have reacted to your coming to your yoga seat by softening, preparing for movement, feeling better than they did perhaps this morning. Taking a moment to notice your breath, how your breath is feeling. Where it's moving in the body. Ah, we've got Christine. You guys carry on with some breath awareness. And then notice the sorts of thoughts that have been on your mind, perhaps the way that you're feeling inside. It's a really dull day here on the west coast of Scotland. Dull but bright in some ways, actually. The cloud might lift this afternoon, maybe. And so just seeing if that is reflected in the way that you feel. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit quieter inside, a little bit more reflective. Christine, welcome to you. If you are joining us now, please could you make sure that your sound is muted? We'd be very grateful, thank you. The chest. Let's stretch out our necks first. So just finding that place where you've got a little bit of length in the back of the neck, maybe a feeling of gentle stretching across the shoulders. And then from here, with a soft smile on your face, just rolling your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then coming back to the center, rolling the left ear towards the left shoulder, and back to center. Going to go a few times to each side. Just gentle movements here. And then if you want to, you can roll to your left ear to left shoulder, and then lift the chin and bring the right ear down on the right side and roll back to the center. So making more of a circle, but just lifting up rather than back. Here, if you keep your mouth closed, you'll get a little bit more length down the front of the throat. The next time you come with your chin to your chest, let's go in the opposite direction as well. Making your movements small enough that they feel comfortable. Just exploring your mobility here. Last one in this direction. Finishing with the chin towards the chest, taking a final smile and drawing the head back to center and releasing the arms down to the side. Awesome sauce. So from here, we're going to come up into standing. I'm just going to pop my chair to one side for a moment so that I've got enough room to be in the frame. And we're going to take our hands, stepping the feet just a comfortable distance apart, taking our hands to that point where the legs meet the torso and just massaging this area with the flats of our hands. So warm massaging movements. If you want to go in opposing circles, if that feels better for you, then you can. Just finding a movement that works for you. So we're bringing warmth to the hip flexors here at the front of the body. They tend to be quite stiff and short often, particularly if we spend a lot of time sitting. And then we're going to rub to the outside of the hips as well. You might want to bring your hands up a little bit to the place where you feel the hip bones themselves, the sort of the bones of the pelvis, sorry, and across the abdomen a little bit here at the bottom of the abdomen. Getting warmth into this whole area and the buttocks as well, the low back where the two hip pelvis bones join together at the sacrum. And if you want to, you can lean forward a little bit and just give yourself a little bit of a massage down to the bottom of the buttocks, the outside edge of the tops of the thighs as well. Okay, so the idea is to get lots of nice warm feelings, warm sensation into the body here. Using a little bit of friction, a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a wiggle if you have a wiggle in you. So today we're going to give some nurturing love to the hip areas. So when you're ready, you can just allow your hands to rest wherever feels comfortable. Grow tall. Let the shoulders soften down the back, the shoulder blades, and feel that the warmth of your hands. And let that feeling of warmth, nurturing, of love, of healing, come into the hips, into the body, and spread wherever it's needed. And then when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Maybe just widening the feet ever so slightly. We'll do a little Kati Chakrasana, but we're going to start with mobile feet. So soft knees, and then as you twist, twisting on your feet as well. Twisting from side to side, letting the hands just gently tap the body around the area of the low body, the hips. Okay, getting a little bit of body tapping in as well. So the hips are the seat of emotions in the body, and they're at the sacral chakra, a little bit into the base chakra as well, but that's why I'm wearing orange today for the sacral chakra. You can see on the meditating man, the sacral chakra is depicted as orange. So the seat of the emotions. And that sometimes means that for people, they have stuck emotions here. Often it's anger, but it can be anxiety or fear or stuck emotions tend to be the more challenging emotions. So let's go with that. So mobilizing the hips helps us to release that. And some people find that they are very attached to their emotions, easily become emotional. And that can indicate that their hips are out of balance, the sacral chakra is out of balance as well. So the practice we've got planned today is for opening, but also stability and releasing. So let's bring a little bend to the knees. So bend in the center and twist, bend and twist. Still giving our bodies a little bit of a tap at the end of the movement. Relaxing the shoulders. The shoulders and the hips are quite connected in many ways. They often do movements that reflect each other. A bit like our hands and feet. So just doing a couple more to each side. And then when you're ready, you can gently release your bend and maybe steady your feet and sway yourself back to steadiness here in the middle as well. And because Christine missed our shoulder rolls, let's do those again. So rolling the shoulders, making nice big circles with the shoulders. It's always good to roll the shoulders. And we'll go the opposite way as well. Very good. Lovely stuff. And then we're going to bring our hands onto our hips, and with softish knees, we're going to make some hip circles. So a little firmness in the belly here, just exploring the movements that feel good to us. Okay, little hip circles here. If you want to do a little bit more, you can. You can do quite a lot more if you want to, but you can keep the movement as gentle as you need to be comfortable. The most important thing. And you might find that you're doing this with your whole body. As you can see, my whole body is moving around. If that's the case, then bring the rest of your body to stillness and just move your hips. And if you were just moving your hips, you can move your whole body. Okay, so we're going to go in the opposite direction, maybe starting with a steady body, moving just the hips or trying to move just the hips. Nice soft knees to help the movement. And then when you're ready, you can give it a bit more welly if you want to, put more of your body into it. These are two very, the effect that they have is quite different. So just bearing that in mind. You don't have to do both if you don't want to. Still creating a little bit of stability with the tummy muscles. We'll go one more time around in this direction. There we are, coming back to steadiness again. Just relaxing the arms to the side, maybe shrugging the shoulders as well, just to release any tension from the shoulders there. Okay, so we're going to bring the feet a little bit closer together. And we're going to do a little bit of side bending and twisting, but with the feet first quite close together. So breathe in and take your arms wide, but with your elbows bent and your palms facing forwards. We're going to drop the shoulder blades down the back to lift tall, firm in the belly, breathe in here. And as you breathe out, just bending towards your right side, just a little. Breathe in back to center. And breathe out to the left. Breathe in back to center. Breathe out to the right. Breathe in back to center. Breathe out to the left. Let's do one more to each side. As you breathe into the right, press your left foot to the floor. And as you breathe into the left, press your right foot to the floor. Coming back to center, just settling the shoulder blades down the back again. Breathing in, firming the belly. As you breathe out, twisting to the left. Now, if you need to, just let your right knee or left knee bend. Coming back to center and twisting to the left. Right even. Breathing in, back to center. Breathe out as you twist to the left. Breathe in, back to center. Breathe out as you twist to the right. Breathe into center. Breathe out, twist to the left. Breathe into center. Breathe out, twist to the right. Breathe in back to center. And then just reaching as you breathe out, palms facing down, float the hands down to the sides. And make any movements that feel good here, wiggling and undulating. And we're going to make this part of the practice today. So we're trying to create a flow, a mobilization through the body. So your shoulders can come backwards and forwards and up and down, and feel that awaken the sides of your body. And if you want to move into your hips, let your hips move with it as well. Okay? So you can keep your knees soft. You can wiggle anything that feels like it needs wiggling. It's good to get this kind of movement that's across the body in diagonal shapes. Fantastic. Coming back to steadiness. Now I'm going to turn sideways, but you don't need to. We're going to do a little bit of undulating through the spine. So standing with your feet maybe just a touch wider, softness in the knees. Breathing in, taking the elbows wide, opening the chest. And as you breathe out, fold forward from, round forward from the hips, scoop the belly in, just draping a little bit forward. So it's not a forward bend, it's just draping forward. Breathing in, opening the chest, dropping the shoulder blades down, dropping the elbows wide. Breathing out as you tuck the chin to the chest, rounding a little bit forward. Feel length in the bottom of the back. Breathing in, opening the chest. Breathing out, rounding through the spine. Breathing in, opening the chest, belly firm, toes firm into the floor. Breathing out, rounding forward, belly firm, and lifting upwards. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely, we're going to finish by breathing in as we stand tall. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, turn the palms down and breathe out, floating the hands down to the side. Excellent stuff. Awesome sauce. Oh, I'm going to stay here. We're going to have our feet in the same position, but stand this time tall. We don't want to lock the knees straight. So if you want to keep a little softness, that's fine if that is helpful, but you can lengthen the legs as much as feels comfortable. And we're going to move one arm at a time. So take your left hand and put it onto your abdomen or onto your left hip. Breathe in, stretch the right arm up in front of you. Look with your head. And as you breathe out, reach that hand down behind you or over your shoulder and behind you. And coming back to your hip. Breathing in, forward and up, same arm, firm in the belly. Looking with your head as you breathe out and reach round and down. Just do what feels the best to you. Breathing in, forward and up. Breathing out, round and down. We'll swap sides. So right hand onto the belly, belly firm. Breathing in, left hand forward and up. Follow the hand with your head as much as you can. And breathing out as you sweep the arm behind you and down. Breathing in, forward and up. Breathing out, back and down. You can do a much smaller movement if that's what suits your shoulder. Breathing in, forward and up. Breathing out, back and down. Excellent. Finishing with both hands onto the belly and just taking a deep breath in and sigh out through your mouth. Very good. Okay, so while we're here, we're going to keep the knees a little bit bent and do some cleansing breaths. So breathing in, reaching both arms out and up, looking up, and breathing out, drawing the palms down to the center of the chest. Breathing in and reaching the arms out and up, lifting your chest, dropping your shoulder blades. Breathing out, drawing the hands down to the center of the chest. Last one. Breathing in, reaching out and up. Breathing out, drawing the hands down to the center of the chest. And then lengthening the legs, just releasing the arms down to your side. We're going to come down to sit on our chairs, but we may use our chairs in an interesting and new fashion. I'm going to take my block out of the way for now. We're going to sit right to the edge of our chairs, right to the edge of our seats. Need enough room to get my feet on the screen. And sitting really tall, we're going to hold the hips in some way. So if you prefer just to let your arms down by your side, you can. If you can, then just holding your hips in some way, maybe getting some the fingers close to the tops of the thighs here where they meet the torso, so you can feel the movement of your hip structures as you move. So we're going to inhale as we slide the left foot forward and exhale the foot back towards us. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, back towards us. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's do the same thing with the other side. Inhale the right foot forward. Exhaling the foot back towards. Inhaling. And exhaling. Still sitting tall. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Very good. So you can feel what's been working. You maybe can feel the effort that you've made there as well. So this time we're going to inhale the left foot forward. We're going to exhale as we move the foot out to the side. Inhale back to the center. And exhale back underneath the knee. Inhale as we lengthen the left leg. Exhale, sweeping just to the side. Inhale back to center. And exhale under the knee. One more. Inhaling. Exhaling as you open. Inhaling. Exhaling back to your neutral position. Same thing on the right side. Inhaling. Right leg extended. Exhaling, sweeping the leg to the side. Inhaling, back to center. Exhaling, under the knee. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, back to center. Exhaling, under the knee. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then just take a moment to rest here. Rest the arms down by the sides. You can maybe feel the warmth here at the front of your pelvis, in your hip joints themselves, where the thigh bones come into the pelvis. So let's roll the shoulders. Make any movements that feel good with the shoulders. We don't want to stiffen up here as we move with the low body. Very good. So we're going to bring the feet together. You can use your block for this if you'd like to, but you don't need to if you don't want to. So feet together if you can, and taking the right arm across the body to the outside of the left thigh, we do a seated spinal twist. Inhale the left arm forward, and then exhale as you open into your left rotation. Reaching the arm to wherever is comfortable. If you want to, you can leave your arm there, but if you prefer, you can drop your arm down. Roll both shoulder blades down the back and feel that lift down the back of the body, or up the back of the body rather, to the crown of the head. Lifting in your belly muscles. Breathe in here, tall. As you breathe out, just gently moving into your twist. Maybe it feels good to move the head, maybe you want to keep your head more neutral. It doesn't matter. Keep your knees together, your ankles together. Take a couple of deep breaths here. When you're ready to release out, you can turn to the front with the head only. Release your hands, unwind your spine, turn a little to the opposite side and back to the center. We're going to roll the shoulders in between. Just keep the shoulders very mobile. Helps to keep the hips mobile too. And then take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Reach the right hand forward. Inhale as you sweep the right hand around to the right, and exhale, just dropping that arm to wherever is comfortable if you prefer it down. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades together, lift into the crown of the head, and exhale as you gently use your arms to move a little bit more into that right side twist. And here, keeping the knees together, breathing deeply. When you're ready to come out, turn to the front with just your head, release your hands, unwind your spine, turn a little to the opposite side, and back to center. Awesome sauce. So we are going to do a little lunge, but without coming off our seats. So I'm just going to knock my block out of the way and turn myself to be sideways on my seat. So here we want to keep this is my right leg, yes, close to the back of the chair, and we're going to put the left knee down towards the floor. Now, it might be that you need to sit very much more to the edge of your seat to make that feel comfortable. As long as you feel that you're quite supported here. If you don't feel supported here, you can stand up and do warrior one pose. And you can do it with your chair for support if you like, just as we've done the last few weeks, okay? So sitting towards the edge of the seat, knee down towards the floor. We're going to first square ourselves facing in that right direction. Breathe in, take the arms up, and breathe out, release them down. If it feels like you could step your left foot a little bit further back to give you more of a stretch here on the pelvis, you can. Breathing in, reaching the arms up. Doesn't matter how far up they go. Breathing out and down, very firm in the belly. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. And we'll just do one more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Keeping the same position of the legs, we're going to breathe in as we reach the left hand over towards the right side. So twist, breathing out back to center, breathe in, twist to the right, reaching the right arm over. It doesn't really matter what you do with the other hand. Breathe in back to center. So we're going side to side, breathing in as you reach, breathe out back to center, breathing in as you reach, breathe out back to center. One more to each side. Breathing in, firm in the belly, back to center. Breathing in, back to center. And then we're just gently going to draw our left leg forward so that the two knees are together. And bring ourselves back into the center. And just feel the difference between the two sides of the body. Okay? Hopefully you've got a nice feeling of length down the left leg. And then we can go to the other side. Okay, so sitting towards the really on the corner of your seat, but stable enough, making sure that you've got your left foot underneath your left knee, taking your right knee down towards the floor, trying to have your hips square as you look towards that left side of the room. If you need to take your left knee back a bit, you can. That makes it more of a back bend, so just do what feels comfortable. Okay, firm in the belly here, breathing in and reaching the arms up. Breathing out and down. Doesn't matter how far up they go, breathing in and up, opening your chest. Breathing out and down. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. We'll do just one more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. And then here, we're going to reach the right arm to the left side of the body and back to center, and then reach the right arm to the left side of the body and back to center. So breathing in as you reach, breathing out as you return, breathing in as you reach, Breathing out as you return. Breathing in as you twist. Breathing out as you return. Breathing in as you twist. Breathing out as you return. Lovely stuff. So just gently bringing the right foot forward so you meet the left leg, and then bringing yourself round to center. Okie dokie. So that is quite a challenging and demanding sequence. There is a side bend that we can do with it, but we're not going to do that today. So what we're going to do is come up onto our feet to do our cat pose with the chair. So hands onto the seat of the chair, walking your feet as far away from you so that you feel like you're making straightish lines. Your legs, your torso, your hands, your arms. And you can keep your knees a little bit bent so your legs don't need to be straight, so that you can feel that length. So instead of being tucked under in the tailbone, feeling that length in the tailbone, really lifting here in the belly muscles, pressing the chair away from you to lift in the shoulders as well. We're going to breathe in as we look forward, lift the tailbone, open the chest. Breathe out as you round through the spine. Tuck the tailbone under, tuck your chin to your chest like a cat. Breathing in, coming forward, opening the chest, lengthening the tailbone, still lifting the belly. Breathing out as you round through the spine, tucking chin to chest. Breathing in, opening, lengthening. Breathing out, rounding so you lengthen through the back of the body. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now we're going to come to a neutral sort of tabletop position. We're still going to keep that lift in the belly muscles and just sway your tailbone from side to side. You can even look as well. So drawing your right shoulder towards the right hip and then the left shoulder towards the left hip. Again, soften the knees. This is sometimes called a side cat. There we are, side to side. And then coming back to a neutral position, keeping the knees really bent, and then just making any movements that feel good. So you could be wriggling through your hips, imagining you're drawing a circle with your tailbone or a circle with your navel. And then at the same time, not losing touch with your shoulders, keeping your shoulders nice and mobile and wriggly as well. We're going to go in the opposite direction if you've got a sort of direction. If you don't, then just keep going. We're trying to get as much movement in different ways, just gentle, small movements into our hips, our back, our shoulders as we can. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to walk towards our seats. Just take a little bit of effort into the legs to stand tall. And as you come up, perhaps you want to roll your wrists. So draw the backs of the hands together and roll through the wrists, maybe in both directions, or give them a little bit of a shake out if you prefer. Doesn't really matter. As long as it feels like it's good for you. And you can open and release them as well. Then finally, we'll do our downward facing dog with the chair. So coming into the position that you need, perhaps you want to come behind your chair or shift your chair around. We're going to walk the feet away from the chair. Knees nice and soft, hands supported by the chair, lengthening the tailbone behind, scooping the belly in, and allowing the head, if possible, to come between the upper arms. But if the shoulders don't allow that, that's okay. Try to avoid letting your head come too far and just sinking below. It's not helpful for the neck. Okay, so here we're going to start just by paddling through the legs. So we're going to lengthen one leg and then bend, and then lengthen the other leg and bend. So still scooping the belly in, still lengthening all the way up into the hands, through the arms, under the armpits, down the sides of the body, and just gently lengthening one side and then the other. To get a little, a gentle wiggle on, a gentle sense of lengthening here. And then coming to the center and keeping the knees quite bent and swaying your hips from side to side as well. So it's more of a stirring motion now, or a wagging of the tail if you want to think about it like that. Whenever you're ready, coming back to center and to come up, looking towards your chair, just pressing into the hands a little, walking yourself gently in, holding onto your chair as much as you need to give yourself that stability, that sense of I'm standing, I'm not dizzy, before you release your hands away from the chair. Excellent. Now I know there's one or two of you who this next exercise won't suit, so if you need to, you can rest out of this one. And if you feel okay to do this one, then that's whatever suits you best. So we're going to come side onto the chair, so we've still got the support of the back of the chair, and then step. I'm going to start with my right leg up onto the seat of the chair. Now, if this is too tall and you've got something smaller around, like a stack of books or a little stool, so for example, the stool behind me would be quite a good lower down level, or we've got tons of those steps that children use to reach the basin when they're tiny, because we had pops and many bathrooms, so we've got tons of those steps, but something like that is also quite good. So if you need to go and get something else, hopefully you've had a few minutes to do that. And here we're going to try to stand really tall, again just lengthening ourselves up, and then we're going to reach our right hand out in front and twist towards the right. So we're doing a twist towards the bent knee. We don't want the bent knee to fall out to the right, so we want to draw the knee towards us at the same time as we reach the right hand back behind. Just taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we're going to reach the hand back forward again. If you want to, you can give yourself a little bit of a gentle movement in and out. Depends how stable your chair is, but if your chair is stable, then go for it. If it's on a slidey surface, then do take care. When you're ready, you can gently release this foot down. And I would encourage you to swap to the other side so that you've got the stability of holding onto the back of the chair as you do this on the other side. So on the other side, facing the side of your chair, lifting the left leg up or to whichever support you're using, whatever kind of elevation. And then standing really tall, reaching your left hand forward, and then reaching your left hand all the way around behind you. So a standing spinal twist this is. And here, oh, sorry, I've put my hand on the meditating chair. Here, just taking a deep breath in, making sure that your left leg doesn't fall to the left, that it's coming towards the center. Deep breath out. And then gently releasing back to the front or back to neutral. And if you want to, you can take a few gentle presses in and out here. If that feels okay, before coming back to standing on both feet. Excellent. And when you're standing on both feet, you can come back onto your seat. You can grab your block for your feet if you need one. And then hopefully, with a little bit of awareness here, we can feel the effect that we've had in the hips. And so the hips, this sacral area isn't just the hip joint itself, it's where the iliacus, which are the pelvic bones, the ones that make the little round structure here at the base of the back, where they join the sacrum. This is also part of the pelvis, part of the hip structure. There's a join at the front where the two pubic bones come together called the symphysis pubis. And so this forms part of our pelvic, our hip structure, as well as most of the muscles that are involved below our navel and above our knees are involved in stabilizing the hips in some way or mobilizing the hips in some way. So hopefully you feel like you have used those and to move them and created a little bit of stability as well, who knows. So let's take a moment with the hands again to nurture this area. So rubbing the flats of your hands around the bottom of your back, the outside of the buttocks, the top of the buttocks, and around into the top of the pelvis, across the abdomen as well. Maybe just along the sides of the legs at the top here as well. Feeling that warmth, that nurture. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself to sit in a comfortable position. So it could be much further back into your seat. We're going to do some breathing as long as you feel supported. So you can sit very upright if you prefer. You can sit back a little if you just need it at this stage in the class. That's all good. And rest your hands wherever is comfortable. Close your eyes and just take a few centering breaths. So we're going to use a directed breath awareness for our breathing practice today. Imagining that you're breathing through the soles of your feet. And if you want to, you can lengthen your legs a little so that the soles of your feet are not touching the floor, if that's helpful. Doesn't matter if you want to keep your feet on the floor. Breathing in through the soles of your feet. Breathing out through the soles of your feet. Perhaps it's easy for you to imagine this, to make the play of sensations. But if picturing it in your mind doesn't work, you can feel the sensation of coolness as you breathe in through the center of the foot, and the sensation of warmth as you breathe out through the center of the foot. Feeling those sensations on the skin of the sole of your foot. We're going to create a circuit with our breath, where we breathe in through the soles of the feet and draw the breath up the back of the body, the back of the legs, across the buttocks, up the back to the crown of the head. And breathe out across the face, down the throat, the chest, the torso, down the fronts of the legs, across the top of the foot, and out through the soles of the feet. Deepening your breath, breathing in up the back of the body, to the crown of the head. Breathing out down the front of the body, and out through the soles of the feet. Breathing in through the feet, up the back of the body, to the crown of the head. Breathing out down the front of the body, down the legs, and out the soles of the feet. Continue in this way for just a few more breaths. See if you can gently lengthen the breath. Just 3 more breaths, making a circuit with your breath, a circuit of energy and awareness around the body. And at the end of your next exhalation, allowing your breath to fall back into its natural rhythm and preparing for relaxation. So here you might want to bring yourself into a more reclined position, perhaps relaxing on your sofa or lying on the floor if you prefer, or take yourself really far back into your chair. Today I'm going to grab a blanket because it's a little bit cooler. And so if you've got one handy, feeling free to wrap yourself in a blanket as well. Oh yes, I can see lots of blanket action on the screen. Good stuff. So just finding your comfortable spot. If you need to make a few last shoulder rolls or neck rolls to feel comfortable, you can do that, of course. And then resting your hands wherever feels soft for your shoulders, allows your shoulders to relax, your fingers and your hands. Making sure that you've got some support for the back of the body, particularly if you're sitting upright. Last minute adjustments. And then closing your eyes. I'm going to take a long, deep breath in, sigh out through the mouth. Repeating 3 more times. A long, deep breath in, let all of your effort go. A long, deep breath in, let your muscles begin to relax. A last deep breath in, and surrender down into your chair, the feet down to the floor. Then allowing your breath to find its natural rhythm again. And fall away into silence. Bring your awareness into your forehead. Feel it softening, spreading. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw, releasing. Become aware of the back of your body. all of the parts of the back of the body that are touching something. Perhaps the shoulder blades, the low back, the buttocks, the backs of the thighs, the heels and soles of the feet, pads of the toes. Experience the sensation of contact between your body and something. Move your awareness to all the parts of the back of the body that are not in contact with the chair or the floor. Perhaps the back of the head and the neck, the middle of the back, backs of the knees, calves, the Achilles, the back of the ankles. Experience the sensation of space between your body and the chair or the floor. Move your awareness to the front of your body. Become aware of the space over you, around you. Feel the touch of air on your face. The gentle sensation of your clothes moving on your skin as you breathe. The weight and the warmth of the blanket if you're using one. And the sensation of your hands resting on your body. Move your awareness to your breathing and gently deepen your breath, inhaling for the count of 3 and exhaling for the count of 3. Inhaling for 3 and exhaling for 3. Inhaling light, energy, harmony. Exhaling tension, fatigue, negativity. Inhaling light, energy, harmony. Exhaling tension, fatigue, negativity. Allow your breath to move in this rhythm whenever you're aware of it. Gently bringing your awareness to your feet. Feeling the feet. Being aware of the feet. Relaxing the feet. And resting the feet. Bring your awareness to your legs and knees. Feel the legs and knees. Being aware of the legs and knees. Relaxing the legs and knees. Resting the legs and knees. Becoming aware of the hips and buttocks. Feeling the hips and buttocks. Relaxing the hips and buttocks. Resting the hips and buttocks. Feeling the low back and the navel at the bottom of the abdomen. Becoming aware of the low back and the navel. Resting the low back and the navel. Relaxing the low back and the neck. Feeling the mid-back, center of the body. Becoming aware of the mid-back, the center of the body. Relaxing the low back and the center of the body. Resting the low back, the center of the body. Feeling the upper back and the chest. Being aware of the upper back and the chest. Relaxing the upper back and the chest. Resting the upper back and the chest. Becoming aware of the hands and the fingers. Feeling the hands and the fingers. Relaxing the hands and the fingers. Resting the hands and the fingers. Feeling the arms and the shoulders. Becoming aware of the arms and the shoulders. Relaxing the arms and the shoulders. Resting the arms and the shoulders. Feeling the neck and the head. Being aware of the neck and the head. Relaxing the neck and the head. Resting the neck and the head. Becoming aware of the whole body. Feeling the whole body. Relaxing the whole body. Resting the whole body. Gently begin to deepen your breath and bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet, moving gently your fingers, your toes. Maybe you'd like to roll your feet at the ankles, roll your hands at the wrists. When you feel ready, taking some bigger movements, stretching through the body. Maybe yawning to stretch the face. Oh. Stretching the arms, the legs. And then bringing yourself back to center. Bring the palms together, rub them vigorously, get lots of heat into the hands, movement into the arms, pressing the palms together firmly, rubbing them hard. And then when you're ready, you can place the hands gently over the eyes, feeling the warmth soften and release the area around your eyes. Blinking into your palms a few times. When you're ready, releasing your hands down as you open your eyes. Namaste, guys. Namaste, Christine. Okay, that was lovely. I hope you enjoyed that practice. I'm going to say goodbye to the guys who are watching on the video. Bye.